Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm going to be talking about Season 4 of The Crown, and I'll probably be doing a video on maybe one or two episodes every week, because I like to take my time with television. I don't really like watching it all in one week, I like spreading it out. So there's probably going to be a video on either one episode or one video on two episodes every week, depending on how many I watch each week. So I've been a big fan of this show for quite a couple years at this point. Um, I think I started watching them between seasons 2 and 3, so pretty invested in this. Uh, I gotta say, I was really excited because I found out that Gillian Anderson from the X-Files was going to be in this, and she's playing Margaret Thatcher. And I've only seen episode 1, but I gotta say, she's really good. Also, we meet Princess Diana, which I've been looking forward to for quite a few seasons now. And we're going to see how that catastrophe goes in this season. So, like I said, we start off with Margaret Thatcher, who's the newly elected Prime Minister and the first female Prime Minister. And she meets Queen Elizabeth, and the Queen guesses all but one of her cabinet appointments. So Margaret Thatcher's impressed by this, because she kind of thought Queen Elizabeth wasn't that bright, but, turns out Queen Elizabeth is pretty smart. So meanwhile, the Crown has a lot of tensions with Ireland, or specifically the Ireland Republican Army, because they want to break away from the rest of the UK. We'll get back to that later. So Queen Elizabeth is riding a horse through these beautiful landscapes. I gotta say, I love the Crown's landscapes they use with the series. The cinematography is amazing. I love all the filming locations, like we saw Scotland and Iceland. You could tell the show has a really big budget, and they use it very well without depending on CGI. So, pretty much the family's having a day off and they're relaxing in the countryside. Like I said, Elizabeth's riding a horse. Her and Anne later go hunting. Charles is fishing, and Philip is also hunting. So, a lot of fun going on. But while Charles is fishing, Lord Mountbatten, the fantastic Charles Dance from Game of Thrones, he's going fishing for some lobster. Unfortunately for him, the IRA blows up his boat, and him and his grandsons die in the process. And I gotta say, why is Charles Dance always playing a nobleman or a member of the royal family who gets assassinated? Is that his thing? Is that what he's good at? I don't know. Moving on. The IRA also attacks Warren Point and kills like 15 people, I think. So Margaret Thatcher now wants to go to war with the IRA. Now, I kind of knew Lord Mountbatten was going to die, so I kind of felt spoiled for this, but like it's a real life event, so I shouldn't feel spoiled for this. But I feel somehow cheated that I know history. I don't know. Moving on. Prince Charles has a lot of scenes in this episode, and he's dating Sarah Spencer while also being interested in his former love Camilla. But he meets Sarah's younger sister Diana while at her house, and she's dressed up as a tree from Midsummer's Night Dream play, which was a play I hated, by the way. Moving on. Before he dies, Lord Mountbatten calls Charles, and he wants Charles to stay away from Camilla. But Charles is like, no, I'm in love with Camilla. You're being a snake. And because Mountbatten just pretends to be on Charles' side, but he really wants Charles to not marry Camilla. And before he dies, Lord Mountbatten sends Charles a final letter, and he says that he wants Charles to not marry Camilla because he's divorced, and instead to marry an innocent, quote-unquote, pure woman. And Lord Mountbatten puts in his will that he wants Charles to read a eulogy at his funeral, and Philip is jealous, of course, because Lord Mountbatten has always been a father figure to Philip, and Philip feels like he's been replaced in that role by Charles. And he also feels like Charles sees Mountbatten more of a dad than Philip was. And I gotta say, the guy who plays Prince Philip, I love Matt Smith. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, but I gotta say, I like the second Philip more. He just seems more like, I don't know. He just has this like more masculine energy I can appreciate. Anyway, Diana sees Charles at a carnival, because Charles is at a carnival for some reason. I don't know why. But she says she very sorry about Lord Mountbatten, and that makes Charles kind of attracted to her because he seems like a regular person. Which is also why the English people liked Diana in the first place, because he just seemed real. She seemed like a real person. So Charles calls Sarah, because Sarah's getting married to some other man now, and he's like, "Hey, I know we used to date, but I kind of want to go out with your sister now. Do you mind?" And she's like, "No, I don't mind." And he gets like information about Diana, and she's like, "Yeah, Diana's cool." So he calls her and asks her out. I'm sure this is going to work out fantastic for both of them. And that's the end of the episode. But okay, I forgot to mention that Princess Anne competes in the Olympic Games as an equestrian, which is pretty cool. The royal family kind of gets shit on a lot for being prim and proper, but her daughter's an Olympic athlete, so you gotta give credit where credit's due. I always thought that Princess Anne was the cool one anyway. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about season 4, episode 1 of The Crown. I'm gonna give this one a B. I really liked Margaret Thatcher, played by Gillian Anderson, and I can't wait to see what happens next with that Ireland situation. It's sad to see Charles Dance go, but I'm sure he'll be in something else. He's a very good actor. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of this episode. Please don't spoil any of the other episodes for the season. I'll get there when I get there. I hope everybody out there has a nice day and stay safe and peace.